the Galactic Empire's first fleet, a colossal armada that had conquered countless star systems, sliced through the void with an air of absolute authority. At its helm was Grand Admiral Thrax, a being whose tactical genius was matched only by his species and Cien Linae. His multifaceted eyes scanned the star charts projected on the command decks. Main views. Their target was a fledgling species, one that had only recently stumbled into the interstellar community. Humans, they called themselves. Their single colony on Proxima Centauri b was about to be brought into the glorious fold of the Empire, by force, if necessary. It was a standard compliance operation, a show of force to ensure a swift and bloodless surrender. A subordinate officer's voice, crisp and formal, cut through the low hum of the bridge. Grand Admiral, we are approaching the target system. Long-range sensors are picking up a single vessel. Thrax barely turned his head. One vessel. Are they sending a diplomatic envoy? How quaint. A low ripple of condescending chuckles spread among the bridge crew. Unconfirmed. Grand Admiral, the officer replied, his tone shifting slightly. It's unusual. Its energy signature is unlike anything in our databases. And its size, it's anomalous. Now, Thrax was interested. On screen, magnify. The view screen shimmered, and a speck of light resolved into a solid shape. It was long, impossibly so, and brutally angular. It wasn't streamlined or elegant like the Empire's teardrop-shaped cruisers. This ship was a brutalist collection of sharp edges, flat planes, and jutting structures that seemed to defy all known principles of starship design. It was a chaotic, asymmetrical beast, bristling with what looked like weapon emplacements of 100 different designs and sizes. Patches of its hull were mismatched, some gleaming, others scarred and blackened. "What is that abomination?" another officer whispered, his voice laced with disgust. "It looks like 100 shipwrecked vessels were welded together by madmen." Thrax narrowed his eyes. Analysis. What are we looking at? The sensor officer's appendages flew across his console. Grand Admiral, the readings are illogical. The ship's mass is far greater than its visible dimensions would suggest. We're detecting multiple, overlapping energy signatures. Fusion, antimatter, 0 point. It's a chaotic mess. The hull composition is a composite of alloys we've never encountered. And, sir, its weapon systems they're powering up. A wave of unease washed over the bridge. This was not the vessel of a primitive species. This was something else entirely. "Hail them!" Thrax commanded, his voice tight. "Demand their surrender." The comms officer tried, but only static returned. Then, a new icon blinked on the tactical display. "Sir, they've launched something. Not a fighter. Not a missile. It's small." On the view screen, a tiny object detached from the strange ship and accelerated towards the first fleet at an impossible speed. It was a simple metal box, nothing more. Evasive maneuvers, Thrax barked. "Point defense. Target that object." A flurry of laser fire lanced out from the Imperial flagship, converging on the small box. But the box didn't explode. It didn't even seem to register the hits. It continued its trajectory, unwavering. "Impact. In 5 seconds." The tactical officer shouted, his voice cracking. The box struck the flagship's forward shields. There was no explosion, no flash of light. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the shield generator wind and died. A red warning light flashed on Thrax's console. "Shields are down. Hull breach on decks 1 through 20. We're venting atmosphere." Panic erupted. The bridge crew stared in disbelief. A single, primitive projectile had bypassed their shields and torn a gash through the flagship's armored hull. How? Before anyone could process the shock, the strange human ship moved. It didn't glide or soar. It lurched forward with a brutal, instantaneous acceleration that seemed to tear at the fabric of space-time. It was upon them in an instant, and then the chaos was unleashed. 1,000 different weapons fired at once. Rails of solid tungsten slugs, moving at near light speed, punched clean through Imperial cruisers. Beams of pure, focused gravity buckled destroyers in half. Swarms of self-replicating nanites swarmed over frigates, disassembling them molecule by molecule in a horrifying gray cloud. It wasn't a battle, it was a slaughter. "What is this madness?" Thrax roared, grabbing the arms of his command chair as the bridge rocked violently. "How can a single ship possess such diverse and overwhelming firepower?" The sensor officer looked up from his console, his face a mask of sheer terror. "Grand Admiral, I've been cross-referencing the energy signatures with ancient, heavily redacted historical archives. These weapon profiles, they match descriptions from the Unification Wars. The Cyborg Uprising. Sir, these aren't human weapons." Thrax stared at him. Explain. They're everyone's weapons. That one is a Cathar plasma cannon, from the extinct Cathar Dominion. That gravity lance, it's a design from the lost Celestials, the Nanites. They were banned galaxy-wide after the fall of the Mechanist Collective. This ship, it's not a warship, Grand Admiral. It's a museum, a mobile, weaponized museum of every fallen empire and forgotten war this galaxy has ever seen. The horrifying realization dawned on Thrax. The humans hadn't invented these weapons. They had found them. They were scavengers. Cosmic vultures picking the bones of galactic history. They had taken the deadliest technologies from 1,000 failed civilizations, bolted them onto a single hull, and somehow, impossibly, made them all work in concert. A tinny, distorted voice suddenly crackled over the comms, cutting through the Imperial frequencies. It was heavily accented. Almost Casual, Galactic Empire First Fleet. This is Captain Eva Rostova of the human salvage vessel Lucky Find. You're trespassing in a designated salvage sector. According to Galactic Salvage Law, Protocol 7 Gamma, your vessels are now considered derelict and subject to claim. Please power down your remaining systems and prepare to be boarded. We'll be recycling you. Thrax slumped back in his chair, his mind reeling. They weren't conquerors facing a primitive race. They were artifacts, about to be collected by the galaxy's most terrifying historians. The Lucky Find wasn't just a ship. It was a monument to the folly of every empire that had come before. And now, his own was about to become its newest exhibit. The freakish vessel continued its relentless assault, a testament to humanity's unique and terrifying brand of ingenuity. This wasn't a warship. It was the end of the line. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the chaos of human engineering, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the Cosmic Scrapyard. Let us know in the comments what forgotten piece of alien tech you debolt onto your dream ship. See you next time.